Okay, it looks like we're rolling. Are we ready for this? Ready? 3, 2, 1. What up? Face cam, right? Oh. Anyways, yeah, so this will be new. Some face cam. Not something we've done before. But there's a lot to talk about, so I gotta just kind of jump in. The reason why doing this video, I got a squeaky thing going on. It's really annoying. And my new mic is super fancy, and it's hearing that, driving me crazy. It really is. So, maybe you can't hear it, hopefully. Anyways, yeah, so there's this thing that happened, right? And, can you see that thing? It's kind of like, oh, it's backwards, maybe. I don't know, maybe, is it this way? You can see reflections of stuff too, like, I don't know. Anyway, so this thing happened pretty recently. I mean, it over the last year it kind of took to make it really actually happen. God, that squeak is gonna drive me crazy. And so what I was doing it was a little over a year ago, that COVID lockdown thing, everybody was making videos. It's nothing gross back there, right? Wow, my WD-40. Anyways, making, videos to watch, and it was kind of fun to poke through some old 4-track stuff. That's how this whole thing happened. Maybe like 12 people watched that video of, those couple of videos, and one of those people was Sam Obi, who is like nephew-in-law, some kind of way, anyways, and he lives down in New York. He's got some super cool friends that are into cassette stuff, and yeah, so they have a little label, and they wanted to put some of that stuff out, and like, this is just crazy, right? Like, what? It's a cassette. Who would put stuff on cassette? When they were first talking to me about it, I was like, what? No, that's not a thing. But it is a thing. So, and it became a real thing. There it is. So I figured it might be kind of fun to kind of specifically go through some of the songs a little deeper, because I was really just skimming across. There was hours and hours and hours of stuff in those archives. Literally, and a lot of it's really different. There's just a lot of different kinds of stuff there, so maybe it'd be kind of cool to like focus in on what some of that stuff was about and where it kind of came from, and maybe, and if not, just fucking move on, man, because that's cool. That's what this video is going to be about. So like, this is a different song. This was a little later. This is like D50 Super Cheese, man. I was into like pretty happy. Everything was like flowers and that movie Legend with Tom Cruise and Tim. Was it Tim? Who's the guy from? He was the great. Had the huge horns. Like, I was all about all that super kind of corny stuff. Anyways, so that's what this isn't even on that CD. Cassette. It's not even on there. This is a totally different tune I'm just doing to make up, to have something playing in the background. It's actually driving me crazy right now. So I'm going to shut it off, and we'll move on and so I can turn it off, and then we'll move on to, this I think was the tune that Sam was kind of excited about. And we'll listen to a little bit of this. This is just the first track of it, right? Solo button. Look at all these red lights I got going on. Whale noises, right? Right, so that was kind of what, this was one of the ones that he was kind of excited about, and I was super excited about this stuff at the time. This tune came from So Sims at UNH, 1986 probably. I think it's 86. I've met a lot of people that did the Sims. It's a music 2 week summer youth music semester something. Met a lot of people that went and had a great time. I had a blast. Was there with some friends. And Hubbard Hall is where we were staying, and the stairwell there had some really great reverb, and hanging out writing tunes in the stairwell. I probably did it twice, in those 2 weeks, but it seems like I was like there every day. I don't really know. And this tune kind of came from that with an acoustic guitar, like a whole different kind of version. There's like versions of this song. Wow, what's that noise? Oh, it's like my air conditioner or something. Hold on. That was crazy. So there's versions of the song kind of peppered across these archives all over the place. And what's funny is this particular one, there's another song. So this song is called Origins on the cassette. And but there's this other tune that I was kind of more excited about, and for some reason in this version, I don't know if it was a thing I thought about or if it was just what I did this particular time, but I just it seemed like my memory of it is I got bored playing this tune, which was the Sims song then, and so I just changed gears and just started playing this other tune, which was another one that I had been playing for a while now after that time. So this was one of the first times that I had recorded it, and I thought, oh, maybe it will fit inside. I think I do remember having that kind of a thought. But I was more excited about this tune than than the Whale Noises song. And this version really didn't work out. I didn't think, but it's on the, it's so weird. Like, putting this stuff out is kind of like going to school with your pants off. No pants at school. It has that kind of feeling, because this is me goofing around. Anyway, so that's a little bit of that story. Listen to the cute bird outside. Oh, now you're quiet. Anyway, so there's a whole bunch of that. There's another one of those Sim song right here. See? There it is right there. And this isn't even it. This is like cafe music, was what was written on that. Because I wrote this at the Petronella. But Sim song over here. That's essentially what the Sims song was. In the right? In the stairwell at Hubbard Hall. That was me. You are a cute bird. All right. Let's go. Then this became the actual like real version. See all my titles over here? Here, we can look at that. So talk about titles just a little bit, because I hated titles for songs. And so they're just like working titles, right? Who has songs that are like named, Weird Auto Harp, or delay piano cheese. That's always a good one. Anyways, so the idea of naming songs wasn't my thing. But and this tune is called Transmissions on this cassette because I thought it'd be let's listen to this. Kind of like, the idea of it is transmissions from the past to the, to here. That's was the idea. I thought it was a cool idea. This song was the beauty for a long time, forever. And it's still kind of, I think of it that way, was just that, like, it was just, what do I call this song? It's just a weird thing. All of a sudden I have a thing that I need to write it on. It's not just a thing in my head that I'm just playing. And so, here it is. And this has got to be 88 because I had the D50. And that's when those came out, I think. That's my memory of it anyways. Another thing to kind of talk about with this that's funny, especially on this track here, is you can really hear the acoustic, like the guitar in the room on the mic. It's like my amp wasn't loud enough. So there's a lot of these notes, like I'm doing that whale noise, the volume pedal slide. And you can really hear that guitar, the acoustic guitar in the room first. It's really part of the song now, which I loved it as a kid, I remember. You go, Birdie. But one of the things I wanted to show was, in this way this track is, this was the most difficult part, was getting this first take down. And that was always the thing, doing 4-track stuff, was that first track. Like, I can kind of imagine what the song's going to be, but what is that, how do I get the bass that I can rest the whole song on? And a lot of times, the way I was thinking about it was, I'm trying to really come up with what is the, make that first track kind of stand on its own. So each layer, as I'm adding it, could be, this is the finished thing. And when I'm playing it in, I'm thinking about it like that. Like, this is the version. Even though I kind of have plans to add some other stuff, like it could stand alone. And so this one, the way it starts is, So that's the idea, as that growing out of nowhere kind of thing. And that was it took me a while. I used to practice it a lot. And now when I try to play that, I can't make it sound like that, man. I really have been goofing around with it. And, whatever, I can kind of do it, but it's funny because it's nothing. It's, guitar plugged into a delay. But anyway, so another thing that was kind of interesting about it, this particular recording, is I was thinking for a while that it might. I kind of always thought there was a period of a month or something where I traded amps. Like I had a PV Classic, was like with the weight bars on each side, Scorpion speakers, like 82, 83. And I think it had a phaser in it, which was but my friend Mitch Schuldman had a Roland Jazz Chorus, and I was kind of into the chorus thing, obviously, and he was like, oh, we should just trade amps for a little while so you could check out the Roland, and he was thinking about getting something else and whatever. So, and I recorded a bunch of stuff with that Jazz Chorus, but I don't think this is that amp. I'm not sure. I think this is a pedal. Like after that happened, I went and got like a cheap Arion, I don't know what it was, a chorus. And I think that's what this is. And it's off in the beginning, but then you can hear where I fired up. Somewhere in here, right? Another thing that's funny is in this one in particular, because that amp is so quiet, when I'm recording this track, I think it's on this one down here, you can hear my chair squeaking a bunch of times in the, there's nothing I can really do other than go find each squeak. But I had gone to like Staples to get a new chair because I was like sitting on a rickety chair, and they were like, I was horrified. Chairs are $100, like what? And for an office chair. And so I was pissed, and I bought like the cheap $35 one or something, and it was like, I destroyed it in like a week, right? Just sitting on it because it was a piece of junk. And you need a chair, dude. You're gonna sit on a chair and do stuff. You need the right, whatever. It's just kind of a funny story. And as I'm blabbing over it, you can't hear. The squeaks are in there anyways. It's just kind of funny. Not squeaks, just kind of like where it's like settling and breaking underneath my ass. Anyways, well, if you made it this far, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. My thought is to do a couple more of these songs if anyone's interested. I don't know, man. I mean, this stuff, like I said, it's kind of like, this was my diary when I was 17, and sharing it with the world is a little weird, but I'm trying to get over that and just be like, yeah, man, putting that stuff out, because it's not weird. It's not weird. Anyways, all right.